Very good morning to all of you. Today I want to start the experiment number 7. Title of the experiment is Determination of Total Hardness by EDTA methods for the given sample, whether it is raw water or whether it is pure water or whether it is sewage samples. Okay. So for this experiments, this subjects course outcomes are made. There are 4 course outcomes are identified. First one is acquire capability to conduct experiments and estimate the concentration of different parameters. Second course outcome is compare the result with standards and discuss based on the purpose of analysis. Third course outcome is determine type of treatment, degree of treatment for water and wastewater. And next course outcome is identify the parameter to be analyzed for the student project work in environmental stream. So these are the course outcomes identified. Title of this subject is Environmental Engineering Laboratory and the subject code is 18 CVL 67. This comes in 6th semester of Civil Engineering department. Let us see, these are the apparatus are used in Environmental Engineering Laboratory. So all of you remember these are the main apparatus are there to used in this lab to conduct smooth with precautions of given experiments. Okay. Theory. I want to explain the introductions or backgrounds of these experiments. Originally, water hardness was understood. To be a measure of the capacity of water to precipitate soap. Soap is precipitated chiefly by the calcium and magnesium ions present. Soap is precipitated chiefly by the calcium and magnesium ions present. Other polyvalent cations also may precipitate soap, but they often are in complex forms, frequently with organic constituents, and their role in water hardness may be minimal and difficult to define. In conformity with current practice, total hardness is defined as the sum of the calcium and magnesium concentrations, but expressed as calcium carbonate in milligrams per liters. It's expressed in terms of calcium carbonate in milligram per liters. What are the principles of this experiments? When indicator is added to hard water, the calcium and magnesium ions form a complex of wine red color with Erichrome black tea indicator T at pH of 10 plus or minus 1. EDTA has got a stronger affinity towards calcium and magnesium, and therefore by addition of EDTA, that is Erichrome ethylene diamine tetraamine, okay, the former complex is broken down and a new more stable complex of blue color is formed. This is the principles of these experiments. What are the apparatus are required? Burettes, pipettes, conical flasks, volumetric flask, beakers, spoons, glass rods, weighing balance, dropper, etc. So these are the apparatus are required to conduct this experiment. Next, which are the reagents are required? So here there are 3 reagents are required. First one is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acids, that is EDTA. Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acids of 0.01 molarity. So this is how to prepare. I will explain here. Dilute 3.72 gram, dilute 3.723 gram of EDTA salt and dilute to 1000 ml of double distilled waters. Now it becomes 0.01 molarity of EDTA reagent. Next is buffer solution is required. To prepare this buffer solutions, mix 6.75 gram of methyl chlorine, that is NH4Ci, with 57 ml liquid ammonia and dilute to 100 ml with distilled waters. This is the procedure to prepare buffer solution. Sometimes prepared buffer solution is also available. Next, Erythroid black tea indicator is required. Okay, if it is not ready-made available, so then you prepare by this step. Use ready powder or prepare as follows. That is, mix 0.5 gram Sholochrome black dye with 100 gram sodium chloride to prepare dry powders. So this is the Erythroid black tea indicators obtained. Next, procedures. First, take 50 ml of well mixed sample, that is tap water, in a conical flask. Then add 1 to 2 ml of ammonium buffer solution. Then add pinch of Erythroid black tea indicator. Now the solution turns to urine red color to blue. Okay. Next, titrate the sample with 0.01 molarity EDTA solution taken in burette till the color changes from wine red to blue. Next, note down the volume of EDTA consumed. Let it be A in mLs. Take 50 ml distilled water for next step. After finishing 3 trials of given sample, now you use double distilled water. Take 50 ml distilled water and add 2 ml buffer solutions by a pinch of Erythroid black tea indicators. Now color changes to wine red. So then titrate against EDTA till wine red color changes to dark blue. So like you repeat for water sample 3 trial, for distilled water also 1 trial or 2 trials, no problem. So then you find results. So that result is written here. Total hardness of the given samples we are obtaining in milligram per liters. So now see the observations and tabular columns. So then I will explain conclusions. So based on the observation and calculations, now you prepare the observations. So see here, in observation you write in burette, that is 0.01 normality EDTA solutions. In clean conical flask, 50 ml of sample plus 2 ml of ammonium buffer solution plus a pinch of Erythroid black tea indicator. So these are there in clean conical flask. Indicator used, that is Erythroid black tea indicator is used here. End points. So we are getting wine red to sky blue colors. So this is the end point. So then tabulations. So you make this type tabulation. First one is identification of samples. Second one column is volume of sample taken in mLs. So here we are taking 50 mLs. of 3 trials. Burette reading we are getting in mLs, that is IBR and FBRs. So that is difference in terms of VDTA consumed, difference equal to FBR minus IBR. So then hardness in milligram per liter as a calcium bicarbonates. So we are getting for 3 trials and we are doing the average. Similarly, you enter the reading for distilled waters. Okay. So then calculations from the tables. Total hardness as calcium bicarbonate is given by the formula MBR into 1000 divided by ml of sample taken. So we are getting in milligram per liters. So you calculate total hardness for water samples and total hardness for distilled waters. So then you write the results, then you write the conclusions. So here, as per IS 10500 specification, the permissible limit of the hardness in water is 600 milligram per liters. As per IS 10500 specification, the permissible limit of the hardness in water is 600 milligram per liter, and they classify water into following groups. Okay, if soft water, so range is 0 to 60 milligram per liters. For hard water, 120 to 180 milligram per liters. For very hard water, greater than 180 milligram per liter. So based on these range, we are classifying the water, whether it is soft water or hard water or very hard water. The hardness of tap water is found to be this much milligram per liter. Hence the water is said to be soft water, which can be used for domestic purpose. Hardness of synthetic water is nothing but distilled water is found to be this much milligram per liter. Hence the water is said to be medium soft and it also can be used for the domestic purpose. So this is the conclusion based on the results obtained. Okay. Now these are the references are referred for these experiments and these subjects. Okay. Thank you one and all. Next experiment I will be continue in next class. Okay.